This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, April the 8th, in the year 2001, Tiger Woods did something that no golfer for many years could do. And that is get a Grand Slam. Although it was not a conventional Grand Slam, it was still a Grand Slam. He won 4 straight majors. I mean, that's hard to do. All that. So anyway, it was still a good time to do golf and all that. To win all 4 majors at one time, as in consecutively, is hard to do. It's hard to even get the first 2 and all that. So anyway, the 2001 Masters Tournament happened from April 5th to 8th. And Tiger Woods would finish strong. So the field had Masters champions, like all Masters champions, like current Masters champions who actually could play the game. You had old names like Tommy Aaron, Gabe Brewer, Charles Coody were in the field, Doug Ford was in the field, and then you had Jack Nicklaus and Larry Mize. You had Jose Maria Olazabal, Tiger Woods, among others, Ian Woolsey, Vijay Singh, and Tom Watson. You had some U.S. Open champions that weren't Masters champions that made the field, like Ernie Els, Lee Janzen, Steve Jones. The Open, Paul Lawrie, Tom Lehman, Justin Leonard made it because they won the British Open the past 5 years. The U.S. Open the past 5 years. PGA Tournament champions the past 5 years. Mark Brooks and Davis Love the third. Players Championship the last 3 years. David Duval and Hal Sutton. U.S. Amateur champion runner-up James Driscoll and Jeff Quinney. The amateur champion from the British Open, that was Mikko Ilonen. You had some other guys who made it from awkwardness, all that. Yeah, a lot of amateurs. In the first round, Chris DeMarco had a 7 under par 65 to lead the field. No Tiger Woods in the top 10, which was weird. Angel Cabrera and Steve Stricker shared second place at 6 under par. Tiger put himself in a tie for 15th after 2 under 70. However, Tiger would make his move with a 66 in round 2 to be at 8 under par. Still 2 shots back of DeMarco for the lead. Mickelson was also there trying to get his first Masters ever. So the cut was at +1. No amateurs qualified for the tournament and all that for the final 2. But by round 3, Tiger was making his move. A 68 put himself at 12 under par. DeMarco had an even par 72. Unfortunately, though, he lost the lead to Tiger. And Phil Mickelson was second. So it would be Tiger versus Phil. It was huge and all that. DeMarco ended up tied with Mark Calcovecchia for third after the third round. So the final round happened. It was a chance a golfer was able to win all 4 major championships in a row in the modern era. Of course, the feat would be called the Tiger Slam because Tiger would hold every championship concurrently. He won the U.S. Open, the PGA Championship, and the British Open in 2000. I forgot who won the 2000 Masters, but anyhow, he did it 4 in a row, but it wouldn't be in the same calendar year. Only Bobby Jones did that, but it was a different major structure. As the British, amateur, and professional, and the amateur and open, and the U.S. Open and amateur were the 4 majors. Masters didn't come around until 1934. Anyway, Woods would do pretty well for himself, putting up a 68 and all that. He was at 16 under par. David Duval was looking to unseat Woods. He put up a 67 himself. Duval actually birdied the 15th to tie for the lead. Unfortunately, Duval would bogey 16 and Duvall needed a birdie, but he missed, meaning that Tiger just needed the par to win the title. All that. Phil Mickelson tried his best, but he couldn't do anything on the back nine. So Tiger won the title with a birdie. He could have just parred and game over. But anyway, Tiger Woods won with a 16 under par, 272 to beat David Duval by 2 strokes. Phil Mickelson took third at 13 under par. Fourth was shared with Mark Helkovecchia and Toshimitsu Isawa. The money was good as Tiger took home over $1 million for winning the Masters. This was the last time that Gabe Brewer, Billy Casper, and Doug Ford, not the Ontario Premier, but the golfer, Doug Ford, would make the Masters. They were asked not to participate in 2002, and they agreed. I'm surprised that 78-year-old Doug Ford, as the golfer, would actually end up playing in the Masters. I thought there was an age limit. But yeah, Tiger did it. He had all 4 major championships at one time. Not in the same calendar year, but it's still good. I mean, Frank Bobby Jones' 1930 accomplishment stands the test of time, almost a century, even a century later. So it's like hard to do that. And this was when Tiger was actually at his best and not exposed for his cheating, having those accidents, having his career just turn terrible because of all his back and knee surgeries. And this was before Tiger's triumphant return in 2019 to win the Masters, and then, of course, subsequent car crash. This was the Tiger when everyone liked him, everyone adored him, and he was just that damn good. And he was going to aim for Jack Nicklaus and his record of 18 Grand Slams. And he never got there. He's at, 17 or 16? Can't remember. But yeah, Tiger is still an icon. Even though he has his faults. We all have our faults. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.